gardening world. Plants, accessories, and lots of ideas.
Fresh ideas and fantastic products. Home is in the kitchen.
Whether you're looking at rejuvenating a room in your home or garden, or trying to find something to tackle that chore quicker, leaving more time for you, we at Ideal World have the answers, even ideas to inspire you. So join us around the home.
Did you know the fastest way to place an order on Ideal World is our automated ordering system, InFirst? All you need is your Ideal World membership number, which you will have had the first time you ordered, touch-tone phone and a credit or debit card. Then, when you see a product you'd like to buy, pick up the phone, dial the unique InFirst number, which is here, and follow the simple step-by-step instructions. Which means there's no need to queue on the phone when you can get InFirst. So, now you know.
Thursday afternoon. It's lovely having your company, and of course that fabulous pick of the day coming up next. And we've got Create and Craft Choice at 2 and of course MSM at 3. Stay tuned to Ideal World.
Thank you very much, Alice, for the last hour, and welcome to you for the next hour. Look who's back with us. Charles is back with us.
Andy, it's good to work with you, and thanks for being here.
Well, listen, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for coming over and joining us as well, because, you know, jewellery is a passion of us all here at Ideal World, and I can honestly say that when we talk about yourself and the family name, we're talking about a form of diamonds that has inspired, has intoxicated, and is quite simply legendary. And if you stay with us for the next hour, I can back that up. I know Charles can back that up with every single piece that you brought us on this particular trip.
Thank you very much.
Well, listen,
I appreciate that.
and listen, it's not just me who reckons that. You guys do as well. I need to let you know the pick of the day, I don't know if you're aware of this, 60% of the entire day's stock has now gone.
Wow.
So we thought we had enough. It was meant to last the whole 24 hours, but it looks somehow we didn't quite, well, we didn't make the right calculations. So if you're thinking, well, I might wait until later on the day, my advice is jot down those details and get on the phone lines now. Now, when it comes to showing you diamonds, this is where our camera people really come into their own, the idea that we can bring this to you in a TV studio. We can do exactly what you will do when you get this home, is just to lose yourself in the quality that you have here. Now, we have all sizes available at the moment, so in actual fact, now is the right time to place your order, because I don't want you to be restricted by sizes later on. Now, let me just run through those sizes. So, 70% of the size K has now gone. 80% of size Q has now gone. S for Sarah went earlier on. Now, Charles and I were talking before we came to air, and Charles, hand on heart, cannot believe the price that we're actually offering this ring to you guys at. I mean, we were talking, you know, what kind of price. I hope Charles won't mind me saying this, but OK, let's talk about the US, for example.
OK, in the US, this ring would be the equivalent of about $3,000 in the most jewelry stores,
right,
which would be about 1,500 pounds. On TV, where I go on the air for a network, just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, it would be a special price at $2,000 or about 1,000 pounds. Wow. Here, we decided to do a very special deal so that you could sell it for £739. However, when Hannah, our buyer, placed the order, gold was in the mid-600s.
Right, okay.
Now gold is in the mid-700s.
Yeah.
The price of diamonds has gone up about 7 to 8%.
Really?
The price of labor is constantly going up for the labor that we use. You're looking at a ring here that if Hannah placed the order today, it would have to be £899 as a pick of the day.
Right.
However, we were going to bring it out to you at £599. At about 3 hours prior to launching the pick of the day, Hannah came to me and said, we're going to go at $499.
Right.
Incredible.
And what was your reaction to that? Could you not believe the madness?
My jaw opened. I was speechless. I was like, Okay, and I said, you know, this is wonderful because it's my very first pick of the day here at Ideal World. We are using the finest quality diamonds that I've ever used on any retail venue, except for when I've done like a D-flawless diamond for special private clients in Hollywood. But for the most part, we're using VS1 and VS2 quality diamonds. However, because, you know, this is TV, because of the laws, it's very possible that an SI1, which is a very good quality diamond, could be in the mix. So we're going to tell you that for safety's sake, the worst possible diamond in this ring will be an SI1. But for the most part, it's VS1, VS2 quality diamonds, GH color, which is near colorless. In actuality, in my opinion, it really is colorless unless you unset the stone, put it on a white grading card, and have a master color set next to it. But it would take a trained gemologist to tell you that this is anything other than a pure colorless diamond. However, GH, in a typical jewelry store today that you walk into in the mall, the average jewelry color of diamonds is I, J, and K. The average quality of diamonds is I1, I2, and sometimes as poor as I3. We're giving you substantially better quality in color, substantially much better quality as far as the clarity goes, and we're giving you 14 karat gold, which is over 58% pure gold.
Well, do you know what? When it comes to, I will explain exactly what the VS1 and all the different gradings means in a couple of seconds, but you and I both know that 99, and Charles knows this now, that 99% of your response to a piece of jewellery is what you see.
Absolutely.
So you're quite right. I mean, if we put this next door to a flawless diamond, to the naked eye, there would be no difference.
There would be no, you know what? There's a perfect example. The diamonds in my wedding band are VVS1. And you cannot tell the difference because once you get beyond like an SI2, when you even an SI2, technically it's eye clean, which means you can't tell. But we're giving you something that's even very clean under the 10-power magnification of a jeweler's loupe.
All right, well, listen, let's have a look at what we've done is we've collated a graphic just to explain exactly what it is that you are getting here, what exceptional value for money we are offering for you. So, as you can see, this is the GIA Clarity Grading Scale. So, can you explain this to us, please?
Sure. If you'll look, it goes from D through Z. D, E, and F are colorless diamonds. They absolutely hold zero color. We call it white. G and H is really on the upper border of colorless, but it's considered near colorless. For all intents and purposes, they are colorless. Again, if you go up the scale to H, to I, to J, to K, to L, the K and the L is really where the average, the J, the K, the L is where most diamonds are in the color range in a typical jewelry store. Now let's look at the quality. The quality starts at flawless. Well, only the very, very affluent will ever be able to own a flawless stone. And if you do own a flawless stone, I don't recommend wearing it because if you chip it, you've made it flawed. Okay, so now, in a typical jewelry store, your higher end jewelry stores typically will carry an SI1 to SI2 quality diamond. Your typical jewelry store, though, in the mall, the guy down the block, typically they'll carry SI2 to I1 to I2. Some jewelry stores stock I2 to I3. We're giving you the poorest stone in this ring could be SI1. I'm telling you that my diamond supplier and I sat and when we worked on this ring, VS1, VS2 quality diamonds, and that's what we produced. However, it is possible when you're buying 30,000 stones at a time that an SI1 could get into the mix. So
all Charles is literally doing and all Ideal World is doing here is literally just to cover ourselves. The majority, if not all of them, will be VS1, VS2, but for the reasons that Charles explained. And you know what? That's what you get from a quality jewellery maker. And you know what? The quality you're getting here, I mean, have a look at the diamonds, but I just want to show you the underside of the ring, which might seem odd because when you get hold of this ring, you won't spend time looking at the underside of it. But for me, when you look at excellent quality jewellery, the quality is right the way throughout the piece. If you have a look underneath there as well, you can see almost like that lattice work, which goes to form the actual underside of the gallery there as well. That scroll work on the side as well. And every single one of those diamonds you can see just dripping off the shoulders as well. Now, we're getting 76 round cut diamonds here and 40 baguette cut stones, which you can see bezel set all the way, or channel set all the way around the outside there as well, which almost has creates like a a diamond frame for a beautiful diamond, as you can see.
Well, let me tell you, my Uncle Harry and my father Jerry both taught me at a very young age. It's all about quality.
Yeah.
It's all about putting your name on a piece, whatever it is that you make. Whether you're making if you're an artist painting a picture, you're going to sign your name. And I put my initials CW on every piece of my jewelry. Charles Winston is not only me, but it's also a brand.
Right.
Now, what's very important is the details. My father told me, when you make a piece of jewelry, it's great to have it look great from the top where everybody sees it,
Yep.
but from the inside, that gallery work, that's very important. That shows the little bit of extra detail.
Yes.
That shows how seriously we take quality. Look at we're in a very tight shot here, which is phenomenal, because we're not afraid to show you the inside. The baguettes, because of the way a baguette is cut, it doesn't have all of the faceting that a round, brilliant cut diamond of 58 facets has, where it can sort of hide imperfections. A baguette or an emerald, step-cut, emerald cut, with those straight facets, it's very easy, if there were any imperfections, to see them. And you would spot them a mile away and you would see them on your TV screen.
Right.
Look at the channel setting, how perfectly smooth it is. That's an extra step, because when you set the stones, by virtue of how you have to set channel setting, there's a certain amount of waves that will naturally happen in the metal. There's an extra step that we take with a machine called a split lapper, which actually gives it that beautiful, fine knife edge finish. Look at how tight every one of those baguettes are set side to side. Some of those stones actually get cut as we're setting the stones. It's practically air and water tight.
It is incredible, isn't it? I mean, when you look at diamonds and, you know, you see various different shades of diamonds here in Ideal World, these have to be some of the finest. And the fact that we can sit here and Charles is here as well and he can tell us exactly what quality we've got within there. Because let's face it, yes, a great price of £499, but we spend this kind of money, you want to know exactly where it's coming from. You want to know the quality you are getting. The quality is there for you to enjoy. At a lower price than Charles expected, a lower price than I expected, £499. Look at the saving. £240 saving is what you're enjoying here.
That's a £240 saving based on the lower gold price.
Yes.
It's really more like a £340 saving.
Right.
But that's just from my mouth.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, it's making real waves, isn't it? The way in which gold prices. I mean, it's making like. I mean, of course, gemologists and jewelry makers will know about this for a long time. But it's headline news now.
It should be headline news. It's all commodities. I don't have control over this. You know, as I said, I go on the air for a big TV network in the States, and the buyer wanted to place a reorder for a piece that sold out, and she couldn't understand why I had to charge her like 25% more a month later. I said, the price of metal has skyrocketed.
Yeah.
The price of stones have skyrocketed. I have no control over this. What I do have control over is my quality.
Yes.
What I do have control over is to make sure that just because the price of gold goes up, I'm not going to lighten my shank.
Right.
Just because the price of diamonds go up, I'm not going to give you a poor quality diamond. The name Winston stands for luxury. It is the ultimate brand in the world of luxury. If you want to have a luxurious life, if you want to put on a piece of jewelry that your friends will admire from afar and come and compliment, this is the jewelry for you. You know, we were just talking last night, when I throw on a suit that I bought for maybe £600, nobody really notices. You know, somebody might say nice suit. When I throw on one of, well, I see that you're selling some brands here. There's one of the brands of pieces here that you were selling. I said, oh, I have one of their suits. Probably the most expensive suit I ever bought. When I wear that brand suit, people come over, they start to touch it. They see quality. When you put this on, you will see the quality.
And I think the one thing is, the one difference that ensures that not everyone can get hold of that quality usually is price. Being completely blunt about it, it is whether or not you have the means to be able to afford that kind of luxury. But today, the pick of the day means that luxury is within everyone's reach of only £499, £499 bang on. I have an email to read for you, and do you know what we need to read? Because it actually completely justifies.
Because I thought they were just handing you a piece of paper like I forgot to sign a waiver or something.
Can you sign this? Now, listen, dear Charles, addressed to yourself. So,
thank you.
Dear Charles, I hope this email will give you some feedback on the reaction I get when I wear your jewellery. When you were last on with your fabulous diamond rings, I fell in love for the second time in my life. First time was my husband. The second was a pear-shaped 2-carat ring. We do have some 2-carat pieces coming out for you. Every time I wear it, somebody always notices it and says, where did you get that gorgeous ring? Just like you were saying in your analogy with the suits. This has reached unusual proportions recently as I had to go to hospital after dislocating my thumb. And when I presented myself to the accident triage section, the duty nurse took one look at the ring and called in her fellow nurses who were asking questions like, where did you get it? How many diamonds on there? Can I try it on? After 10 minutes of taking it off and answering all the questions, they finally fixed my thumb. Oh, they got there in the end. Now, please carry on. Oh, here we go. Now, this is fascinating, folks. Listen to this. Please carry on making the most beautiful rings and bringing them to us, the Ideal World customers, at such great prices. I've recently had my ring valued for insurance purposes, and the valuation was £2,640. That's about $5,000.
Actually, about $5,300.
$5,300.
Because
right,
believe
okay.
me, I'm spending US here.